Hey guys, and welcome to the first official day of Mental Health Awareness Week. Now, this week is all about us as a community of people who have known people that suffer with mental health, who are going through it, family members, whatever, are gathering together to show the world that mental health is a huge problem and people need to know about it, and something needs to be done to help us better than what's happening right now. All throughout the course of this week, there's going to be different organisations, charities, and different people holding fundraisers, putting up posters, selling things to raise money, doing anything to raise awareness, all for mental health. And a few people wanted to wear a certain colour this week to represent mental health. There are so many ideas out there, all raising awareness for this great cause that people need to know about. If you fancy having a look and nosing around about what other people are doing all over the world, or people who are telling their stories, making videos, whatever, just look at the hashtag MHAW15, which stands for Mental Health Awareness 15, like my hand. And you can see people all over the world and what they're doing all throughout the week. Now, as I said last week, I went on a website called Mental Health Foundation, and they are a terrific organisation. And they're sort of the people that maybe the big sort of contributors to people knowing more about mental health. He sent me a really nice pack full of stuff to help raise awareness and stuff that we could do as a group. And also, if you go on the website, they're doing this thing called Thunderclap, and I think every day you just sign in with your Twitter, Facebook, whatever, Tumblr, whatever, and you just authorise it, and at a certain time every day they're going to tweet or write a post about mental health, and it's at the same time everywhere all around the world, so you can join in and basically get awareness out there that way if you're interested in doing it that way. Every year they have different themes for the Mental Health Week. There's been depression, anxiety, all these other things, and this year's theme is mindfulness. Now, some of you might not have a clue at all what it is. Some people may be rolling their eyes if they've heard a quiet definition of it, and some people might be really into mindfulness. So I'm going to read what they've put, the Mental Health Foundation have put on their website. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment without getting stuck in the past or worrying about the future. Mindfulness can be practiced standing, sitting and walking. It can be practiced both indoors and outdoors, at home, in school or at work, or just simply out and about. You can practice mindfulness for 5 minutes or 5 hours. That's the great thing about mindfulness. You can tailor it to suit your own needs. What you may be surprised to hear is that you've probably been mindful at some point in your life and didn't even know it. Have you gone for a long walk, breathing in the crisp, fresh air, and then suddenly realised that 4 hours have passed? Have you listened so intently to a song that for a moment you weren't thinking about anything but how beautiful the melody was? That's mindfulness. At the heart of it, mindfulness helps people observe the way they think and feel about their experiences, whether good or bad. And you know what? When I read that definition, because I honestly didn't really understand it at first, I was like, I don't think I've ever done mindfulness. But then when I really thought about it, I have listened to a song either on repeat or an album, and I've just been lost in the music. And hours have gone by, and I wasn't thinking about how crappy I was feeling, or, how crap tomorrow's going to be, or stuff that's happened to me in the past. I was just concentrating on the music, and it was great. And I have gone for walks that have made me get lost because I wasn't paying attention, and I've been gone hours. So really, mindfulness doesn't have to be you sat down on the floor completely, zoned out that could help for some people, or it could literally be just losing yourself in a walk, in a music, in a book, not thinking about anything but what you're doing right now, whether it's what lyric comes next, or, you know, just sat in your room reading a good book and hours have gone by. That is mindfulness. That is this week's theme, is mindfulness. So I put a challenge to you guys this week, is I want you guys to practice mindfulness. I want you to do a mindful thing every single day and tell me about it. Whether it be losing yourself in the music, going for a walk and just not thinking about anything, not even thinking about which direction you have to go in. Whether it be reading a book, you know, anything, or whether it is just sitting there and controlling your breathing and just not thinking. Anything like that, I want you guys to do one of those every single day, and I want you to tell me how you feel after it, and at the end of the week, if it's made a difference, and if you feel that that could also be a coping strategy for you. As what I'm doing for the week, I am also going to be practicing mindfulness, because I want to see if it makes a difference to your mood and your stress levels, and, you know, just see what it's like to be mindful. And I'm really quite looking forward to that. And this week, you know, I was tossing and turning ideas of what I could do to sort of get awareness out from the Sprinkle of Courage area. And I know a lot of you who said you're going to wear a certain colour, a colour every day to raise awareness. Some people are donating money, some people are putting posters up at school, around their neighbourhoods. You know, a lot of you have had such good ideas, and I was stumped because I wanted to raise some awareness, but I just didn't know how I could do it. A few of you in the past, and a few of you even now, are still asking me to vlog a day in my life. And I was always so skeptic, because my life's boring, and some days you don't want to talk to a camera about how depressed you feel, or how some days you just don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to do that. So I was always like, no. But then I really thought about it, and a lot of you have asked me that you want to see, often the people who haven't got a mental illness, have wanted to see what it's like to live with a mental illness, whether you're up and down, you know, what changes your mood, what do you do, you know, stuff like that. So I thought for this week I'm going to vlog every single day, hopefully, fingers crossed, okay, because it could all go terribly wrong, because I've never edited that much and I had to upload. I'm going to vlog what it's like. I'm going to talk about my feelings, how I feel, numerous times during the day, if my mood dips, if I get happy, if I go anywhere, I'll take you along, you know, stuff like that. And you guys can see what it's like to live from my point of view with a mental illness. It might be incredibly boring, but I also think it's a good way to raise awareness, because it is going to be like a video diary. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say if my mood has dipped and there are certain things I feel like doing, or if I'm happy and what caused it, if what, you know, stuff like that. So hopefully that can raise awareness as to what it's like living with a kind of mental illness. Now, a few of you have wondered where I got the posters that I showed you last week, and they're all on the Mental Health Foundation website, and you can download them. You know, you can have them as a picture, or you can print them out, or whatever, and they're basically just really nice posters that hopefully I will be putting up probably today to show you what it's like. That says be here, be whole, so it's really hard to read by my camera lens. Be connected and be yourself. And I think they're really great sort of catching posters, but also they're amazing because these are often the things that you struggle with. You are very hard to stay in the here and now. You get lost in stuff that's happened, you worry about the future, so it's really hard to think about what's happening here and now. Be whole. You're never whole. You feel like pieces are missing out. You feel rubbish. You just feel broken. And I think that's a really good one, is because, you know, you've got to say to yourself, you know, I am a person, I'm not broken, I am just as good as I was before the mental illness. You know, I'm a whole person, pieces of me aren't missing. Be connected. You have to stay connected to people around you, whether it be family, friends, whether it be through a professional, whether it be through strangers. In a support group on the internet, you have to connect with other people who can help you, because it's impossible to fight alone. And then the most important one is be yourself. I think we try so hard to deny the fact that we have a mental illness. We hide it, we're scared to admit it, and it destroys us inside. And it comes to a point with your mental illness when it gets so bad, you get to your lowest point of your mental illness, where there's no way down. The worst thing that can happen is you're dead. And you sort of realise that I have to be myself, you know. I have this horrible disease that no one really understands. You're shunned aside, no one wants to talk about. There's not really much help out there, but you know what? I'm myself. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and see that this is the person you are today, and you're stronger for knowing everything you're going through, and that you're yourself. And it doesn't matter if some days you want to cry and scream and just disappear, but you have yourself, and most importantly, as long as you're being yourself, you'll be fine. Because fighting this, it destroys you, it tears you down, it wrecks you, it tears you apart, and you are left broken. But if you fight this disease as yourself with nothing to prove to anyone, and the sole focus is, you know, fighting it and getting better, then you'll find yourself a lot stronger. But if you try to fight this mental health disease when you're pretending to be someone you're not, whether it be like you're trying to fight it when you're not admitting you have it, it's not going to work. Because as you've all heard, the first step in recovery is admitting you have a problem, and it's true. And if you're trying to fight this disease that you're not quite willing to admit, then it's not going to work. Don't do it for anyone else but yourself. No one else matters. You're the one with the mental health. You have to do it for yourself. And as yourself, that's the only way you stand a chance against it, is if you fight for yourself and as yourself. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully this daily vlogging will work, as I'm not very good at it at all, but we will see. And everybody, fingers crossed that you actually see a vlog tomorrow. And remember guys, have fun raising awareness for this week. It's all about people who have known people suffering, or people are suffering, standing together as one big community and raising our voices and saying, having a mental illness sucks and something needs to be done. We are people, we have feelings, and we deserve to be treated with respect just like anybody else who has a physical illness or anything like that. We are just the same, we just have an illness and it's not our fault. So stand proud this week, whether it be donating money, putting up posters, you know, writing blogs, you know, telling your story, making videos, whatever, wearing a certain colour, whatever you do, stand proud while you do it, and let people know that having a mental illness sucks, but you're still yourself and you deserve respect. So whatever you're doing to raise awareness this week, stand proud while doing it. And also guys, make sure you do one mindful thing a day. Now if you haven't done a mindful thing today, before this video goes up, naughty, because that means you haven't been looking at what this mental health awareness week is all about, which is just a big no-no. Then do it straight after this video goes uploaded, and do one every day this week, and let me know, tell me how you feel after it. Do you feel stupid doing it? Did it relax you? And see if you notice a difference at the end of the week. Also, on the mental health organisation website, you can download all the posters and everything, but they're also doing like web banners for Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever, and you can download it to put it as your profile pic, your display pic, whatever. So you can sort of show your support that way if you want to. So I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And hopefully I don't bore you to death with my daily life. And I will see you guys very, very soon.